be.
Hey, where you been all my life, my beauty? You're...
You hear that? That's the sound of a waterfall.
It's beautiful.
God, it's beautiful.
It's right here.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's a waterfall.
Right there's where that girl fell to her death. Drowned. It's sad, don't laugh. It's whoa, you hear it? You can still hear a ghost.
All kinds of sound effects.
Yeah. So some of the music though that's on Zombie TV lately is really good, man. Mississippi Bone's always good.
Oh, the blood I've spilled to appease a father's will has led me along so long.
But so is Vanity Assassin. Bob Yates, man. I can't believe I know that kid.
Do you actually know
I know him when I went to school with his sister who used to hang out in our little group. I never dated her or anything. I actually thought she liked my buddy Scott, which was funny now. Scott's gay. He likes the dudes. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that I always thought there was competition from Scotty. So I never talked to her out like that. But we were good friends and we used to hang out at her house. Little Bobby Yates would be there watching South Park.
He
was great, man.
I don't know. I can't really say much. It seems like I know him, but I don't.
He's a good kid. And what's funny is, like, when he friended me on the Facebook, I really didn't think it was the same Bobby Yates. I was just like, oh, man, he's having a friend. And then he posted that thing and I was like, hey, buddy, it's been a long time. I'm like, oh, shit, it's little Bobby Yates. Yeah, that they were talking about on the podcast. I didn't know he was there. But I did know that somebody was there. I'm pretty sure that somebody in the circle did pass out. Bob Yates is that's what's the thing is that video I would that's funny. I had a couple of those growing up. I had one in Guffey. But it got stolen because people in McGuffey are fucking assholes. They stole my dog. It was a purebred basset hound. And my dad got from me for Christmas.
It's a hunt dog.
Yeah. And some jackass saw him. We left him out in the backyard, not chained up like a fucking, horrible situation, but he could run. And somebody took him off the chain and fucking took him. So, I don't know.
Holy shit, that's a fucking dog.
Yeah, I don't know if I had the dog or somebody else in the group had a dog, but I did have a dog at some point. But yeah, Bob was like, he was little when we used to hang out over there, yeah. I remember and this is funny, I don't know if he knows this or not, but he showed me that SpaghettiOs could be warmed up in the microwave.
Oh yeah?
To that point, I never knew.
He blew your mind.
Yeah, that you could warm up. I always thought they had to be on a stove in a pot. And I went over there one time, I was like 16, and he's eating SpaghettiOs right out of the microwave. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. He's like, yeah, I can. He's like 10. And I'm like, oh, no shit, I didn't know. Are they good? He's like, yeah, they're just as good as you warm up in a pot. So from there on, I've just been warming up in a microwave.
Bobby, it's changed your life.
He did. He changed my life. He changed how I live as a human being.
Did he tell you can do that with hot dogs too?
I have found that out. I always thought you had to fry them in a skillet or put them on a barbecue. Yeah. Turns out you can put them right in the microwave. A minute later, you can have a fucking hot dog.
Bing, bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom, hot dog sandwich. That's actually funny. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Speedway by my house in Columbus because I was starving.
Did you eat the hot dogs?
I got a package of hot dogs. They had no hot dog buns.
No.
But they had hamburger buns.
Oh.
So I went home and I made 2 hot dog sandwiches.
Nice.
Which were just as good.
Because it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's just bread and fucking hot dogs. Plus you can catch it. It's good stuff. But yeah, Bob Yates, turns out he's an amazing musician. And what's the guy's name? Adam Lee? Is that his name?
Adam Lee Schmearsh.
Squeerny, squirny. Not
it's like
Friends of the Bride. Squeerny. Yeah, we're all getting married. For those of you that don't know, that was a Nothing But Trouble reference. You should rent that movie. If you haven't seen it, hit yourself in the penis before you go rent it.
And spend more time inside.
Yes. Don't go out. There's nothing out there.
You go outside, you know what happens?
Robbed and raped.
Robbed
and raped. That's what happened.
Raped and robbed.
Raped and robbed.
You might end up like that football player that end up having a fake girlfriend. You don't even know what's going on.
Mante motherfucking Tio. You know what? I'm not a huge football follower, Frank. I like the game of football. I watch, like, I'm an Ohio State fan, but I'm not a fanatic. Like, I'll watch a game and I'll be like, hey, I root for them to win. But I don't dress like a fucking retard and, you know, eat fucking Buckeye nuts. Have you seen those?
No, I've seen the water. They have like Buckeye water.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like a crazy person when it comes
Buckeye
to
vodka.
Oh god, Buckeye vodka is the shiznit. But yeah, Mante Tio, he played for Notre Dame. This is popular now. It's called Tioing. You just pretend like you got your arm around the girl, and people snap your picture. That's me cupping her invisible wrist.
You probably know more about that story than I do.
Yeah, I read online, not at work, because I'm just working.
At home, he does research
But
for
at
his own private.
I am researching the shit out of things, and I know that Mante Tio talked to this person. It's called catfishing, is the actual term, where somebody pretends to be somebody else on the internet. And turns out turns out the girl was a guy. The guy lied and said the girl died of leukemia. I don't know how much he believed and how much he wanted to believe in the story. But the guy was on Dr. Phil, and if you can find that, Frank, you should probably find it. YouTube that shit.
Why did you end this relationship?
For many reasons. There were many times where Manti and Lene had broken up before, but every time that, you know, either I would try to end it or he would, or Lene would try to end it or he would, it's like they would break up and then something would bring them back together, whether it was something going on in his life or in Lene's life, in this case in my life. I wanted to end it because after everything I had gone through, I finally realized that I just had to move on with my life and how to get, you know, my real me, Renai. I had to start just living and
oh my god,
he talked to him on the phone in a voice.
Yeah, they never met in person. Every time they were going to meet.
And what did he get out of this? Just fucking with this guy?
Well, the guy is a repressed homosexual. He says that he is trying to quit his homosexuality, but he would rather be a girl than a guy. And he was really in love with Mante Tio, this guy. And he said that their conversations, and it was just irritating to him that they could never meet and physically show their love. That's getting all of it right there. Maybe
all the colon.
Down there. I don't know how they do. Maybe some of this. Little interlapping. Interlapping. Maybe the old rocket ship.
The old.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what the kids do, but that's what I heard.
I love that term, skiing, where they're...
Oh yeah, that's more than two dudes.
It's 3 dudes.
That's 3 dudes. It can be a chick in there too, but it's hard to find a chick that's that dirty. Trust me, I've tried. Yeah.
And you know, when you start doing the cock to hand ratio, it's like hot dogs and hot dog buns. So you have to get so many dudes before it evens up to everybody has 2.
Yeah, it seems ridiculous at a certain point. I mean, I would just be like self-conscious the whole time. I'd be looking over at the other hand, and I'd be like, God, that guy's got half a dick still hanging out of that hand. Mine's covered. It's just a little red dot poking through at the top.
Oh my god.
Have you ever masturbated so hard, Frank, that you hurt your penis?
I don't.
Me neither. Bad topic. Go on to the next topic.
I've dried palmed it and it hurt.
Oh god, yeah. But you still want to do it from time to time to show yourself that you can and will.
Let's get down. Let's broadcast to America.
All right.
Our masturbation techniques.
Boy, I've got it down to an art form. I can be quiet Sometimes I choke
like
myself.
a little mouse.
I choke myself.
You choke at the same time.
That way I keep it down to a low rumble when I ejaculate. That's the term that they use.
When you're choking yourself and your dick at the same time, that's called herniating the semen.
It is.
And you're herniating in the semen. Just
good tip for those of you out there that have a laptop and view porn while you're jerking your gherkin. Make sure you aim away from the keyboard. It takes hours to clean all that cum out.
Into your belly button.
Yeah, I mean you can aim for the belly button. I always
or your face.
Yeah, I always aim away over my shoulder.
Like you're throwing some salt over there.
Good luck. Yeah. So that was awkward for you. Huh?
Yeah.
That was fun. Fun for me. You ever? Hey, you ever?
You got the gum?
Got the gum? I used to date this girl, Frank, that used to want me to pleasure myself at the edge of the bed as she pleasured herself.
Really?
It was weird. And it's not that I didn't find it arousing, because I'm a fucking pervert. I think pretty much anything is arousing, but god damn, it was just weird to me, because I'm like, it's right there. Why can't I put my penis in that? That seems like it would be good.
How did she ask you?
I mean, after we had pretty much done everything you could think of that humans do. One time she was like, "Hey, if I just pleasure myself, can you stand at the edge of the bed and jerk off?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Because I'm pretty open. If you suggest something in a polite tone, I'll probably do it.
Right. I think that all this perverse talk. I've got this video I've been waiting to use.
Yeah.
I found it for the Vanity Assassin podcast. It's bonobos, because Bob said something about he took a picture of a bonobo.
Yeah. The one shitting at its hand?
Yeah, right.
God, man.
So I found this video of bonobos fucking, and it's fucking hilarious, because the female pushes the male. And then
she says no.
No, she wants it. She's trying to get him.
Oh, she's pushing him into it?
Yeah, she's like,
how does that never ever happen?
Fuck me.
Never happens in a nightclub.
And then they get in like positions. It's fucking hilarious.
Let's do it. Right in the background. There's a couple of bonobos going at it.
Yeah. I should do that more often. Just put weird.
I got a really funny story I'm going to tell on the vodcast. I'm saving it.
Save it.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna tease it here. But it's about New Year's Eve for me. This New Year's, this last 2012 into 2013. Let me tell you, Columbus is a hell of a town. Hell of a town.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, that's going to be good. I think Joshy's going to like it.
Probably.
I call him Joshy P in my head when I talk about it. Or Joshy P. I think he's going to dig it. It's a fucked up, funny story.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Yeah.
I can tell you this part because it's not going to be part of the thing, but I danced with this chick, and I was trying to dance closer to her, and she kept dancing further away until we were right at the jukebox. She couldn't go nowhere.
So you're like, foreigner?
I was like,
boom.
Boom. I forget what I played. I think I played Volbeat, and we were dancing to Volbeat. Maybelline E. Hofstetter. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. Maybelline E. Hofstetter. It's an I because they're from fucking wherever.
Maine.
Romania. They're fucking not from here. But Volbeat is amazing. Check them out. But what other new acts are coming to the channel?
You mean music?
Yeah, music-wise. I know I saw a band I didn't recognize. It was like a name plus a name. It was fuck, I can't.
Was it Revision Revised?
Yeah, Revision Revised.
Yeah, I played those on the radio thing, and I just found those. I'm on some local Ohio music pages, and I threw out a hook and said, "Does anybody want to be part of this?"
They were down.
They threw their music up.
Their shit sounded good. I liked what I heard.
No, but everybody that threw their music my way, it was good.
Yeah, do that. It's free. If you have a band and you're watching this for some ungodly reason, but if you have a band, throw it to Frank on the channel so he can put you on the radio. It's free advertisement. we don't make any money. We're in a fucking basement right now, like Al Qaeda. So, you know, throw Frank your music and you'll get to. He doesn't charge anything right now.
I have the time.
Yeah, he has time. He likes to do that.
I'll listen to your music and I'll play your music.
Good. But you did enjoy my videos from the Alps and Sunglass. I'm looking to do more of that coming up from the local bands in Columbus. They were great, man. I had a blast doing it. Yeah, they got me all fucked up on drugs and alcohol. It was weird. It was a weird night.
Things got weird.
It was just fun, man. And there's this chick that was really super tall that was across the bar that my buddy knew that was there. And I was like, he's like, I'll introduce you. I'm like, no, I'm not my great friend of mine. That sounds stupid. He introduced me to her. It turns out I can't remember her name. I was going to friend her on the Facebook. Can't remember her name.
Can you ask your friend?
I can, but it's going to sound.
Make like a, you know how they do those lost and founds? Make a lost and found.
Right now?
Like, hey, lady.
Lady, you were sitting across the bar from me at Sloopy's Pub. You were tall, the right form. And by right form, I meant your breasts were ample and your bottom seemed taut. But you were tall, and sometimes tall chicks don't like short guys. I say, fuck that. Fuck me. Call me. Call me.
If you don't remember, Randy, he said this to you.
If you don't remember me, I was like, I found me a video. Call me maybe? As the kids say today? I don't know.
Have you had anybody like get a hold of you based on the videos and say, hey, you're
well, I mean, just people that are friends with us that have watched it, and I've known anyways for a long time, that called me up and said they enjoy what we do.
No tail yet, though.
No tail. I mean, there's girls that are amazing that watch our stuff, and I see them watching our stuff and commenting.
Is there any particular one that you have fallen in love with?
I like all of them.
All of them?
I thought the cover girl for last month was really cute, and she had a real interesting take on the DJ process.
Oh, you mean Carrie Marco?
Yeah, Carrie Marco. She was great.
Was Danielle Anathema.
Oh no, yeah, she was amazing too. But I guess it was a month before. Carrie Marco, I don't know her, and I'm glad that she watches the channel. She's very good looking, I think, and she had this amazing take on the DJ process that I had never seen before. It was like, hey, look at me, I'm very attractive. And I've got this DJ thing I do. When most DJs are like, fucking hat that's down over their eyes and they're just spinning it, they don't want to be mysterious.
I don't know if she DJs.
I saw she had like a fucking DJ.
Yeah, I think she worked with a DJ.
Oh, well then I've been wrong this whole time.
Carrie Marco, are you a DJ?
Are you a DJ? I don't know. But I found you to be attractive, especially when you had your leg hiked up on the truck. I may or may not have jerked off to that. So take it as you take it as you will. I mean, we may lose a viewer over
I'm
this.
going to put this right on her page.
Oh, whatever. Carrie Marco, I think you're great. Keep doing what you're doing. And I may or may not jerk off to a lot of things, but probably to the truck picture. May have been just a lonely night at home, and
honestly, I mean, you can't take a picture like that and not expect at least one person.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, you're doing good work. I mean, you brought me to fruition. But no, seriously though, I liked what you were doing. The other Athena photography, there was some really fucked up shit that I had never seen or even thought about. So I'd like to get in your mind, and by that I mean, let's get you on the program at some time and hear some of your dreams, man, because they must be vivid.
See, she's a hard one because she's not even from the United States.
Really?
She's from British Columbia, I think.
How did she find our page?
I found her.
Oh wow!
And I asked her if she wanted to do it, and I guess she didn't mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how much she dug it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're all low budget here. Athena Photography, we like your stuff. We have like 200 likes. I mean, give us a break a little bit. I mean, you got 200 Americans to look at your stuff for free. Again, this is all free. We're not asking.
Well, I'm not saying she's negative.
No, I'm just saying we're not asking anybody to pay. So I mean, whatever promotion.
She does have like 2,000 some people on views.
Wow. So that was good for us. Why didn't we get more likes?
We've got some likes.
Yeah.
We're past 200 now.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Whatever, I don't fucking care.
I kind of care about the likes because I want it to be like thousands so that I can brainwash America.
Well, it's hard enough to get people to watch our videos, let alone comment on them, like them, share them. Sharing them amazes me. When I see, like, Finley Sucks, the Finley Sucks page has shared our podcasts a few times.
That's awesome.
And anybody that does that, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I'll get a comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
Our Vimeo channel has kind of died out since we started putting the casts on
YouTube.
Yeah, but I still like having them on there. It's like a collective, you know, keep all that separate.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, I mean,
things are going to be changing.
It's a little difficult too. I've been trying a couple of times to find something like our stand-up comedy video. Sometimes it's not posted in the new stuff again, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of going back, I just type it in YouTube. Now I have it memorized of what the title is, but I don't really know much about YouTube other than that we put our stuff on there. So it's kind of hard to find things sometimes.
You're an administrator.
Yes.
You should. I do it. I think I don't know. Josh doesn't like to do it. I want you guys to like sign in under the Zombie Takeover. You can switch.
Switch back and forth,
and just post a couple of videos here and there from our YouTube stuff, whatever it is.
I would be willing to do that
because sometimes I'm editing for long periods of time, and I'll have Facebook up in the background just in case someone messages me or something. But then I'll forget to post anything, and then we're stuck. You know, I just want to get more views on our stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we do this for free again, and we like to share it. We want people to watch it, so share it with your friends, relatives. Maybe there's a closet freak in your family that you're like, hey, they'll share this. Put it on their page.
I think that our form of entertainment is such a weird combination of things that people are interested in, but perhaps not interested in all at once, you know, because we'll do like a horror or we have a horror taste to the way the things look a lot of times,
right?
And then we do comedy, but it's darker usually. I don't know. I like how it looks and how it all feels as a whole.
I like the idea that it's an open forum for anybody to share whatever they want. I think it's amazing that on a page that's social media that most people use as like here's my pictures of my kids and my sandwich I had today, that we can have an actual channel where we put new content on and keep people entertained, have discussions.
I'm honestly surprised that I haven't had more people say, hey, look, I took this video of myself, you know, throw it up there.
Yeah.
Throw it on there with your stuff.
What's the harm?
Because I can literally I'll put anything in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to get contributors. It's hard to get. It's hard to get girls to do the cover girl thing.
And that's understandable. I mean, we are kind of creepy dudes.
But we're not.
But we're not creepy in real life. We just portray characters.
It's basic. It's basic math. All right. Guys like to look at girls. Girls like to have guys look at them. We want people on our page. Girls attract guys. Guys watch our shitty fucking videos.
They do. And thank you for that.
And girls can, get catty.
You know what's funny? The last time I pulled up the stand-up comedy thing that me and Fish did, and with Scott Reisner, special guest on that, it had 150 views. That's pretty solid for one of our.
That one went up
things.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to repost that because it's been a while.
Yeah. I enjoyed doing it. I think that it was one of the funnest times I've ever had. I think it was really cool to see Fish work out his material for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, I've done it before in the past, but I never really. I mean, Frank took pictures and videoed a little. I think the first time I did it.
Right. Yeah. Well, actually, what happened there was I took the camera, it wasn't charged.
Yeah.
And then I got about 3 seconds, and then beep. And it went right off, so I missed that one.
And I was jittery as fuck. I was in like a room full of comedians, and they were judging me with their comedian eyes. But, you know, ever since then, I like the thrill of it, and I want to do more of those. I'm working on some stuff. Frank's got some things, you know, in the works as well for around here where it's closer to some of our viewers. But I know there's a place where Derek Collins, who's a contributor, does a little open mic night, and they have his girlfriend Carmen sent me a link where they actually have
Jared Collins.
I'm sorry, Jared Collins, Derek's brother's girlfriend Carmen. Anyway, she sent me a link to their site where Derek plays, and they've got an open comedy mic night. The problem is with these things in Columbus, if I don't do it myself and make it happen myself, you know, the comedians get like, you know, there's like 25 comedians here, and my material, it takes a while to build, and it's hard to do something for 5 minutes. You know?
You'd work out more material on a fucking 40-minute podcast. I mean,
right. So, but I love to do the live stand-up stuff. I mean, if I can do it every open mic night, I would. It was great of my good friend Ace Mays to let us do it. He's interested in doing it again in the future because they had a really high increase in, not to toot our own horn, but I think next time if you guys came up too, we could get a few more people in there. We had like, in this small bar, like 60 people that I and Fish had invited, as well as other people that showed up that night. It was probably like 80 or 100 people in this bar, which is really big on a Thursday night for a bar. So,
well, I'm all about putting together some stuff and doing some different kind of things instead of the typical cover band or karaoke or whatever. I mean, I think a live podcast would be awesome.
Oh yeah,
I would like it personally, and honestly, if no one came, that would make it even more fun.
Yeah, you could videotape no audience.
So like one
guy going, yes, that boy good.
But I think that we carry enough presence, and we've done a different kind of thing. There's a lot of podcasts, a ton of them.
Right.
But what we've done is made a podcast that also has a video, also has original music and music from local artists, as well as artwork from local artists. I mean, and then we're turning it kind of into across all of the videos, a reality series.
Yeah.
If you look through from the very first videos that were posted last year through to the newest stuff we have on the YouTube page, that is literally every time we've hung out as a group or with, you know, whoever, we videotaped. So that's our year.
Yeah.
That's a reality series in itself.
It really is. You know, a lot of things have to happen for something to take off, and I think we've got a nice group of people that are like-minded with an artistic vision, and I think we can pull something out here and actually make it great for you that enjoy watching these to us that enjoy making them. You know, I remember when you approached me last February, as a matter of fact, and said, "Hey, I want you to do this thing," and I had all these ideas riding around, and it's like evolved over the last year into this just like giant thing that happens, and people show up that you would never expect that want to have a good time, and they're funny. Man, there's so many of you out there that are fucking hilarious, and you give yourself a forum to do that, and with friends who aren't going to judge. We don't judge you. Do whatever you want. You know? It's a good time. So.
And that's the thing with podcasts. I think that's the reason that there's so many of them that are popping up everywhere. People are starting. If you look at it like if we were back in early Rome or like early Greece or something like that, you'd have like thinkers. The thinkers of today aren't the politicians. They're stand-up comics.
I agree.
That's all a stand-up comic does. Think all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's people that want to think, want to hear other people's thought processes.
Right.
So you listen, and it's happened to me. I'm sucked into so many of their podcasts. I listen to all kinds of shit, and I'll listen to somebody talk about shit that I'm not even really that interested in, but it's the person that I want to listen to.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll get past that topic. They'll get onto something I am interested in.
Yeah. We've had some interesting people on the podcast that, I mean, blow my mind at how talented. I mean, you have a phone interview with somebody who's been in like big movies like Alexis Arquette, and it blows my mind that not more people are watching that because she has a talent. I mean, there are things that she's in that we all as a community of artists and people that enjoy movies and film know. Like Pulp Fiction was amazing, and she was in that, you know, as a guy, you know. But then she was in a movie called Spun that a lot of us enjoy. I mean, and she's got a really eclectic family. I mean, it was a great interview. You guys did wonderful.
Right, and we could have went. There's a lot of fucked up shit we could have talked about, but that's all been drowned. All of like the accomplishments.
Right.
That so like literally, even though all the parts were kind of shorter, they were all keynote parts in those movies.
Yeah.
And
I mean, who would have known that fucking John Travolta was making her dance around and sing fucking old-timey songs because he's a nut.
Right.
I mean, you don't get that kind of interview on a fucking late-night TV show where Larry King, they want to talk about the fact that she doesn't have a dick anymore, you know? We don't care about that. We care about what she's accomplished. And her as an artist, and I think that says something. It speaks. We're fans of everything. You know, even though I trashed the Walking Dead TV show on one of our I think it was our second or third, Ray McGuff, I've come to love it over the years because I know now from my own studies and listening to the DVD interviews and stuff that I love about it, that the writer is all about it. The guy that wrote the comic that I love so much, he is okay with them changing the material to make it better for TV. So I'm okay with it now. And we get to present that kind of viewpoint. I can go now and say, I said back then, don't watch the Walking Dead TV show. And I go, hey, watch Walking Dead now. Because we're constantly evolving and we're smart people. We're having discussions, you know? So.
Okay, if you don't believe in evolution, then just turn it off.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about evolution. It didn't stop with thumbs. I mean, we got them now. But we're not physically going to evolve too much, I don't think. I think it's more of a mental evolution and an enlightenment type of thing. Because, religion, to me, this is just to me. Believe whatever makes you sleep well at night. I really don't care. To me, it seems laid out, and it seems connected, because I'm part of it. I'm living in this realm that I can touch and feel and taste and everything. Because I'm part of it. I feel the connection to it. I don't feel that when I die I'm going to be in any different state than I am right now. I may be aware, but I will just become part of the other molecules that are everywhere already. I'm just a collective of energy in a human husk. I mean, really, there's nothing.
I like that.
Everyone is the same thing as everything else. There's nothing in this world that is actually unnatural. Because even toxic waste is natural. Everything comes from the same shit that's here already. That was probably brought here from space.
We're all stardust. Carl Sagan.
Almost every fucking being on this planet is an alien because the water that's on this planet fucking wasn't here.
That's right.
Until ice flew through space, smashed down, melted, and there we go.
Makes sense. It's not magic.
We are all everything. We're all the same. We're the walrus.
But what I like about our group of friends too is that we're all so different, yet we are the same. There are commonalities that connect all of us, and we may not have the same viewpoints on certain things, but there's a commonality there where you can go, you know what, Frank, I don't agree with that, but you and I like Spaceballs, you know, and we can talk about that.
But you see, the thing is, I can present that viewpoint, and people will shit a brick. They'll fucking shit a brick. And honestly, I don't even know if that's right.
It's what he believes, though.
And I'll tell you what, if you come at me with a story about like Timothy J.C. Holly did, who needs to come on our fucking podcast, he's probably not even watching this.
No. Tamale, if you watch this, be on the podcast.
I've contacted him for a date in mind, and he needs to let me know whether or not he's going to do it. That's all. But he told me one time a theory that our universe was part of a gigantic spider web, and there was a huge mammoth spider that was at the center, and it was this really eccentric, crazy idea.
Well, who created the spider?
Right. I'll accept that. Whatever you want to come with, I'll accept it. I'll accept it if you think we're all living in the giant kangaroo pouch of a fucking hallucinogenic animal that is dreamed up by a giant that has epilepsy. It doesn't really matter. I'll accept it.
I like that too.
But when you start doing silly shit, like not accepting medical care because of your beliefs, realize, look at the world we're fucking living in, and don't draw a silver lining around every fucking tragedy and call it God. That's not what it is. Your kid's gonna die if he doesn't have the right medicine. That's what science is for. If you believe in God, please believe that God gave you a brain and the ability to advance your brain and learn about the... Why would he not want you to learn about the world you live in? I don't get that.
Yeah. Because it's easier for preachers to grab your money out of your wallets on
Have
Sunday.
you seen any of those guys that say they're Jesus?
Oh yeah, I saw a guy from Mexico that was just...
Was that on Vice? Did you see that on Vice?
I saw it on YouTube. I don't know, it might have been a clip.
He like comes down from the mountaintop.
Yes. Yeah, I would pray to him. He seems amazing. He has nice hair. I mean, it's flowing.
You know what? That lifestyle really doesn't seem that unappealing to just grow your own food and live around.
It doesn't.
Whatever.
It doesn't.
Get away. Like, the first, when you walk out in the street and you hear some silly shit kind of like a little 13-year-old kid with a fucking cell phone talking fucking bullshit to his mom or whatever, you're like, go to the mountains and harvest turnips or shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too, man. In Columbus, I go to Walmart a lot right by my house. Jesus Christ, the shit you hear in there. Like, my dad's a real solid guy, but he would have backhanded me in a store if I acted like some of these fucking kids do.
I bust my kid's ass. I don't care. If you see... I'll tell you one story. We were in Walmart, and my son was with me, and the baby was with my wife. And he decides he's going to run off. And so I leave the cart, and I go and I grab him by an arm, and I go, what the hell do you think you're doing? And there was a lady standing like catty corner from me. She gave me this look like, and I wanted to smack her just as hard as I wanted to smack him.
Because mind your business is what I've always said, you know. And if somebody's disciplining their kid, there's a difference between abusing a child and disciplining a child.
Right. I'll bust his ass if he needs it. If he mainly if he gives me an attitude to where he has no respect for me.
Right.
Tells me what I'm going to do. Tells me to shut up. I'll bust his ass. He's 4. And I don't care.
Hear that, parents?
You people, there's such a big... These people are wanting to coddle their children, and then their children end up being fucking wisps of humans that can't defend themselves, and then they get online, and that fucking kills them. And then they kill themselves. It kills them emotionally, and then they kill themselves because they can't handle a bully.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something I've been wanting to talk about too. I might bring it up on the podcast, but when I was in school, I got bullied. I'm not a very big guy. Never have been. When I was younger, I was way thinner, and I got picked on a lot. I moved all over the country when I was little because my dad was a bank robber. No, I'm just kidding. he was a salesman, and he got promoted, and we moved all over the East Coast. And I got picked on a lot, and I just dealt with it. Like, I would go home from school and say, "Hey, Dad, this guy's picking on me." And my dad would be like, "Hey, punch that kid in the fucking nose, and he won't fuck with you anymore." Nowadays, kids are like so sensitive that they can't walk away from it. When somebody calls you a fucking cock eater and pushes you down on the playground and you're 4 or 5, you're going to be offended and hurt inside. But we're the parents going, "Hey, that kid is emotionally wrong and you should defend yourself."
Right.
And I just don't get it. I don't get why kids are committing suicide.
Yeah.
And by droves, and I don't get that. Like,
it's because
when I went home,
the change, the new age parenting.
When I went home at night, I maybe was sad, and my parents would give me reassurance, and I would be a little happier. And I might have still been sad, but I never once thought I'm going to drink Drano and die because somebody called me, whatever name they would have called me back then.
Well, have you seen that thing where they were trying some sort of idea about quiet rooms for kids that are out of order in school?
Yeah, I heard about this.
And then they don't want them to do that because that's psychologically damaging.
Yeah.
Listen, man, there was kids in my class that I seen flip desks over at teachers and yell at them and fucking cuss and shit.
Yeah.
If you can't put that kid in a quiet room or bust his ass, what the fuck are you
What
supposed
can
to
you
do?
do?
Tickle him with a feather?
Take him to another, to a juvenile detention center?
And and it starts like, well, there's some things. This is why I'm glad that homeschooling is what we're going to do, because my 4-year-old goes to Head Start,
right?
And we're like, well, what do you do to kids if they act out of line? What do you put them in a corner? Put them on timeout? No, we redirect them to another activity. It's like, it fucking doesn't solve the problem, does it? Like, if my kid's being a shithead over here, and you go, okay, well, that's not what we do. Let's go play with blocks. That's like...
Yeah, it seems very negative in the reinforcement that what they did was wrong. How are they going to know that
saying,
if you're just like, oh, okay, you were doing that, now let's go have fun?
When a kid acts up like that, it's because he's bored.
Yeah.
Or he wants some attention. So not only are you fucking not disciplining him, but you're giving him what he wants, which is for you to entertain him and pay attention to him.
Right.
Which, I mean, I'm sure they're paying attention to him anyways, but, kids want all the attention.
Yeah, they do.
So that's like saying, if you want me to find you something to do, act like an asshole. And I think that's what happens with this world when they grow up and they become all adults. And, if you want me to work,
I'm not really one to want kids. Like, I'm 33. My birthday's just coming up. I don't really see myself having kids. Maybe I will eventually. I doubt it. But the thing I worry about, have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yeah.
It does frighten me because I turn on TV and there's a show called, what's it called? It's basically this little fat piglet girl and her obese mother that used to be in beauty pageants.
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah. And I go, people are watching this in droves, and it makes me feel bad for humanity because, that's where we're headed. Idiocracy had it right. Mike Judge was a smart motherfucker. I'm smart. Luckily, I have friends that are smart that are having kids, so they'll at least have some kids out there that are still smart for the next decade or two, right? But these little retarded kids are like running amok, and we're videotaping them and making them movie stars and TV stars. I don't get it. And that little girl, I don't know if you saw Jimmy Kimmel Live with her on it, the mom and the daughter. She was out of fucking control, and the mom just sat there like a fucking bump on a log.
That mom gives her what she calls go-go juice or something. I heard about that. And it's energy drink and Mountain Dew mixed together.
God, man, that's insane.
Yeah.
And I mean...
And her mom looks like a big thumb.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
She is awful. They had this video I was watching on YouTube because people I work with were talking about it. I'm like, I got to get a little educated because all I know is some funny clips I saw on Jimmy Kimmel and other late nights. And I'm watching this shit, and I can't believe, like, her mom made spaghetti. They call it sketty, right? They make spaghetti like you would, but instead of making like a sauce out of tomatoes, they pour ketchup in a bowl and melt butter in it and pour it over the spaghetti. and the big fat dad, who, by the way, at one point is holding a newborn, picking his nose while he's holding a newborn. I'm not kidding in this video. He eats it and goes, "That shit's the bomb."
Oh my God.
And the little girl runs back in and goes, "Mommy, Daddy said the shit's a bomb." And she's like, "That is because I made it." and I just sat there like, does anybody else think that this is ridiculous? Like, how can you propagate this? It just blows my mind.
In this country, if you are a teenager that gets pregnant, a family that has 20-some kids, or you fucking make any other bad decision, they'll put you on TV.
Oh, man. So,
you can even get a free trip to fucking Los Angeles or some shit if you get on heroin.
Yeah.
You get on intervention, man.
Boom. To the stars. And what's funny is, you're right, people making bad decisions get on TV nowadays. And people watch it. Like, I was having a discussion with some people that I didn't know very well earlier today or over the last couple of months. I've talked to some people I didn't know, and I'm like, I just start asking them, what's your favorite TV show? And they'll list some reality show. And to me, that's not a television show. Like, I watch the History Channel, the Discovery Channel, regular TV shows like The Following, things that are going to be like a story that tell me something and I learn a lesson, or rather, pure entertainment. I don't find people building tractors to be entertainment. I can see that anytime, anywhere I want to go here, and I can drive over and go, "Hey, Uncle so-and-so, you working on a tractor? I'll come over and watch that." I don't need to see it as a program or guys digging for gold. Me and my dad were watching this Gold Diggers show last night, and he and I were laughing at how stupid the people were. But at the same time, we're now counted as viewers of this ridiculous show about a bunch of fucking morons in Alaska who make it's like $1,000 a gram for gold. And so this guy had a jar that was like this of gold, and it was all gold flakes, right? Not big chunks, but like flakes. That's $100,000 worth of gold.
Wow.
In this cup right here. And it blew my mind because I'm like, okay, so now we've got fucking morons right now that are looking to buying gold equipment to go out to Alaska because they think they're going to be fucking millionaires. It's just propagating stupidity on an epic scale.
That's true.
And
it'll continue.
And if it continues, and you guys one day wake up and China's at our door, and we have to learn Mandarin, that's because you watched Gold Diggers or Honey Boo Boo. My dad likes it because he likes the idea of these people are making the money doing it because they were led to believe that there would be gold there, and it shows the process. He actually likes learning about stuff. But I could see some fool sitting there like with a fucking notepad like this, like, okay, I need a tractor with some sort of centrifuge that rotates.
I need to find a centrifuge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's good stuff.
But I love watching Ancient Aliens. That's like one of my favorite things.
I've seen that they were on Joe Rogan a couple times.
I let Fish borrow season 1 one day when I come over. I have seasons 1, 2, and 3. I'll let you borrow all 3. And the guy Giorgio Tsoukalos that runs the whole thing, he's nuts. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not, but there's shit that will blow your mind. How we've forgotten that cultures before us, we've made them sound like they're a bunch of retards running around hitting things with sticks, going, like a fucking caveman. There were civilizations that are underwater that are 20,000 years old that are more advanced than the Egyptians, who we revere as the smartest fucking people ever. And it blows your mind because you start to kind of believe, well, maybe there was some other force at work.
Right.
I'm not saying there was. I'm not saying that fucking space aliens came down and made mine gold for them, right? Which is what their theory is. But I am saying that we might have been so advanced that we destroyed ourselves. And then we had to start over